while I was there, I spent 38 years at the National Airline, mostly in aircraft maintenance. Then I went for technical training where we used to do conversion classes for apprentices, pilots, technicians, and engineers. That's where I met this gentleman here, Mr. Makawanga. We used to work together in Zimbabwe. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so then from there I went into compliance, regulatory issues. So when I left, that was the last thing that I was doing, regulatory issues. So when I left, a lot of my colleagues were saying, you know, aviation is outside Zimbabwe. And I'm sure it's true that a lot of people are outside. If you go to Emirates, Qatar, the pilots, technicians, engineers, they are Zimbabweans. So I said, no, I don't want to leave. I want to start something. So I had a passion for flight. One of my responsibilities at Air Zimbabwe was to go and do inspections and audits of real flight simulators where pilots are trained. So I got interested in them because they are so realistic. When you're inside, you think you're in an airplane. So I said, okay. So I started developing this one. This one is a fixed base in the sense that it doesn't move, it's fixed. But the level of realism and the motion, you can replicate or simulate a lot of situations. So for engineering training, it's also very good in the sense that you are able to show the students how the aircraft operates. They're actually virtually seeing the movements of the control surfaces. You can do systems, you can start engines there, you can fail engines. You can configure the fuel system, the hydraulic system, pneumatic system, air conditioning, pressurization. And from avionics, the instrumentation, you can discuss and learn about the instrumentation, navigation, the equipment there. And you can come and demonstrate how the equipment actually works here. And also the software has got a provision for like for instance, for a university, you can have students that can design a plane, their own aircraft, and upload the software into the plane into the software, and you can actually fly it and be able to do analysis of how the aircraft is behaving. So there's a lot of other things. I used it for flying. So there's a lot of other things that this can do with a few plugins. So I'm sorry I did not come here on time. I should have set it up. I got no excuse. If you just give me 5 minutes, I should be able to get it running.
Don't worry about that.
I used to do
So we've taken off. We called it up 1,000. I was actually descending. Very descending because I was having a problem with my mouse there. But anyway, it's now automation, it's on autopilot. It's flying on autopilot right now. Everything is automated. So now we are going to make that 180-degree turn. Right. So here students are able to also see how the instrumentation is working. You can go to you can actually go outside and see the instrument, the view of the aircraft from outside. So my gear failed there.
Turn left heading 080. Turn left heading 080. Take off, Tango.
Something that is interesting for students. If the gear is down like that, drag increases, right? So in order to maintain the same speed, the engine will have to pull up. So if I put the gear down right now, and you listen and you go there and look at the revs of the engines, but that will go up. So that's how you can see how drag affects speed. Okay. So to get an appreciation of how fast the aircraft flies, you can also come over here and. So this is doing about 400 kilometers per hour.
Tango, turn left heading 060. Report the field in sight. Turn left at 060. Report the Golf Tango, clear visual approach, runway 05. Contact Robert Gabriel Bugatti International Tower, 118.100. Clear visual approach, runway 05. Contact Robert Gabriel Bugatti International Tower, 118.100. 8 Golf Tango.
So you initiated the turn. What we are doing, we took off, we said it, now we take it to the left, now we make a turn, we are coming back this way. Then we'll come and make another turn and then take the left of there. Unfortunately, I can't behind now because it's low time. Now, if I operate the flex, the way to do that, so what do you do that? Right, because this is about the kind of if I do that, I'm going to change the setup. And this is what we do now.
How many students do you have? The aeronautics.
Each level has got about 40 students.
Okay.
Yes. If we add the automotive students, we go about 55. But it's only the level 5s, which had the Air Force guys and the civilian guys, and those ones are splitting. So you may find that the level, it's actually the level 5s, which are like around 10. But from level 4 going downwards, we got high numbers.
So here I'm showing the.
We are actually failing to accommodate the demand.
Saka mabhatani ese avo vanenge vachiziva zvinorevei.
What was the pages?
Yes.
They will know all of them. All of them. In fact, they are divided into two. The left side is for the captain and the right side is for the first officer. And they are duplicated.
Oh.
Yeah, so they are not many.
Oh, saka captain kuti kana vanhu vaidai.
Like you see the blue horizon, they call it artificial horizon. It's there also on this other side.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's an artificial horizon. Yes, also an artificial horizon. That's the way that data on that green thing. On the right side, there's also weather data. So they are duplicated.
Ichi cho chinotenderera chiri papo
That one
ndechei.
is for trimming the aircraft. Suppose you are flying nose up, The aircraft is maintaining level of flight, but they not stop. Then you can trim so that it goes down and flies level. So the wheels there will be trimming in auto. When they are in automatically, the autopilot computer will trim, will rotate those wheels.
Okay.
And why is it when you are turning,
When we are turning, okay. Whilst we are turning, we can turn horizontally. That means with the wings horizontal. But the radius of turn will be too big. So not turn and but when you tilt, one wing down, one wing up, not to grab
Oh, it's fine.
I think that question now answers why we need that in case of equipment in aerospace, aeronautic. Because actually, it's not only the pilot issue, but issues to do now with courses which are related to engineering, like the aerodynamics issues. Now the student has a feel of what happens when you have to turn it this way horizontal in an angle or whatever you decide to how you decide to turn it. That now applies to some of our courses that we teach to the students. They clearly understand what it means if you design your wings this way or that way.
So you actually fit in one of our classes.
So when you are in the cockpit, you can't quite see the front.
You see, yes, you cannot see the front. You cannot see the front. This is how far you can see. But yes, but even you cannot put it across the room. The speed is so much. I mean, for instance, if there was, of course, if there's another aircraft, air traffic control are able to tell you if there's an aircraft to take avoidance action. And also the equipment is, the aircraft are equipped with the equipment that can sense other objects around it. Okay. But not small objects like birds. So if you see a bird, like just maybe hit it.
Because in the vehicle last week, the car was changing the way. Yeah, too much. In Japan or something.
So now
Maybe the top of those instruments, they can tell you the angle of bend. You've been talking of flying, the instrument also report. Yes, and for navigation purposes, or for the pitch and the roll angle control of the aircraft. Someone who is maybe dizzy in the aircraft will quickly tell my aircraft is actually not straight in level. It's actually not bending. So you see it on the display. Yes.
So what I'm going to do just to demonstrate that, a very good question was asked, what do you see? You really don't have to see anything. You can fly in the dark, you don't have to see anything. As long as your instrumentation is working, you know exactly where you are, the altitude of your aircraft, whether your wings are level. And you know exactly your position in relation to the airport. You only need the visuals when you are landing. Yeah, only when you are landing. Okay. So only when maybe about 1,000 feet above the ground, that's when you are supposed to see the runway. Yeah. But otherwise, you don't really need to see the runway. I could actually turn this dark now to be able to get to the runway. Yeah. So like you were saying that you are able to tell whether the aircraft is horizontal or 10. I'm going to show you now. This aircraft is in a 10. But because we are tampering with it, I may miss the runway, but we'll see. So I want to show something here. I will post it. I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm sorry. Right. If you look
No one is flying anytime.
It's now telling me that the wings are now level. Okay. Yeah. When it starts braking, right now, let's see if we can capture the glide slope. It's too high. Yeah, it's too high. Too high. fly manual. It's connecting all the way.
Contact for Robert Center 125. Yes, sir. 1003. Back out. Thanking. November 403, Quebec Alpha, altitude 7,500, climbing to flight level 100.
Because I was thinking what kind of is it a runway? So we are coming in and our boat will make it.
The motion sickness, Ananga. Yeah, what I think I'm very
Just demonstrates the importance of adhering to procedures. The procedures say below 10,000 feet, in the cockpit there should be no social talk, discussing news and so forth. You got to concentrate on the job. Yeah, because the workload is so much. So now because we were talking, if this was a real flight, I would have lost my license. Yeah, because the approach was very unstable. If you were in that aircraft, it was going up and down all over. But in the simulation, you can do it. So now, I'm going to show you another aircraft, a smaller one. This one actually demonstrates the flight controls, the movements of the controls of the aircraft. So I'll just quickly do that. Smaller plane here. This is a Cessna. Just to load. It will still be at Robert Mugabe Airport, Robert Mugabe International. It's a much smaller one. because I can take the time to look at the airport and land again.
Can you simulate turbulence?
Yes, yes, we can. Okay, let's just place this into severe turbulence and see what happens.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm going to place this into very severe turbulence. This one will be. I'm changing the weather, right? I want to give it some turbulence. Turbulence. If I go to severe, it may become uncontrollable. So let's select moderate. Okay, gusts. Because each aircraft has got a limit as to how much gust winds, how much crosswinds you can take. This is a tiny thing, yeah. This is very small. Because it's small, it is easily pushed around by the wind. The bigger plane, it is the more stable. This one is very unstable because it's small. So I've just given it a bit of turbulence. We'll see.
Sakanama controls higher. You don't need my wipers, but they get it.
No, I do actually. At one time I thought of actually selecting wipers on the other one. But,
So they get them a wiper?
Yeah, it's wipers. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Range wada kuona kumberi.
Yeah, ari independent. Huyu captain anogona kuwaipa window rake huyu face officer anogona. They are independently connected.
Oh, okay.
So let me demonstrate everything with the bigger plane, which has got everything. So you want to show wipers? Anything else? Turbulence.
We're talking about clouds.
One get into clouds.
Yeah.
One has to get into clouds. Okay, so you have to get into clouds.
Turbulence would have been easily demonstrated with a smaller plane.
With a smaller plane, huh?
Because with a bigger plane, especially if it's up at a high altitude, normally the turbulence is
Okay, let me see how this behaves. If it doesn't, it's not satisfactory, we can pick the smaller one. Yeah. The thing is, setting up an aircraft for a takeoff takes time. Okay, so it will be some rain, eh? So the first one says will be on. So this is our weather radar here. Here. So this is now showing. I don't know if you can see where you are. So what is happening now is raining. So the pilot selects weather radar. It tells them the position. This instrument here, ATI, gives you a plan view of where the aircraft is. It's showing that there's some weather. The green part is the nicer part. If you go into the green part, the turbulence is not so bad. The yellow part, yeah, it is a bit uncomfortable. And the little red, brown one, you tell me don't go there. If it is really bad, you see red, don't fly it red. So the pilots now when they fly, they sort of go around. Yeah, you go around them. Sometimes, yeah, you go around them. I mean, you what is the destination? Because see, there are other places that are unavoidable. For instance, if you are going to land at an airport, then there's a cloud there. There's no way you can, because you have to go there. So it's a risky check. But then we can take a car and maybe it's not a real big problem. Yeah, it's not a real big problem. So when you see the turbulence, let's see. These aeroplanes are flown by two people. The first officer, there's a pilot flying in the pilot monitoring. Now, when the aircraft is starting its reverse takeoff roll like this, there's an airspeed indicator here. So we have already calculated that our point of no return is 150 knots. 150 knots is about 300 kilometers per hour. That would be my takeoff speed. Once you reach that speed, so this guy, the first officer, will be calling out V1, that's the point of no return. Soon after that, it says VR, rotate, which means go up. Now, the moment you reach V1, we are committed. Don't attempt to stop, because you will not be able to stop safely. Yeah. So, yeah, you won't. The momentum is so much that the aircraft will probably overrun the runway. And the speed is so much that it will probably damage. The brakes will not be sufficient to stop it. So whether an engine falls off or not, once you've attained V1, you go. Yeah.
And I'll not put it up there.
So. What's happening is that the turbulence is so much that the autopilot is failing to handle it. So it's giving back the aircraft to me. I'm trying to say, engage. Says, no, I can't handle it. So the autopilot is refusing to engage. but I'll force it so that we can go outside and see how the aircraft is moving around. So all these noises are just telling me something's not right. Let's give it a bit more wind. Crosswind, I need to go to another window there. The west type of cloud, which is the west. What's the west cloud?
iyo reji yakudensa.
Attention all aircraft. Robert, be ready to go international UNH-88
Then you follow his advice. Let's pick a small plane.
This noise vanenge vachinzwa here kucockpit.
Yeah, the software is supposed to replicate.
No, I'm saying for the real.
Yes, yeah, you hear the noises.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, you hear the noises.
Hey.
And it is a takeoff and landing and leveling off where the captain he has to do his seat. That's the busiest time.
Yeah.
After that, when he is leveled off, he can put auto. But I'm sure if you have been in an aircraft, they always say, "Can a captain handle them? Seat belts, everything, because anything can happen there on landing." And when it's can happen, and not also when a captain have to find out how is what, and I to see a co-pilot career, but one day he has to prepare. Otherwise, anything that goes, he has to take it. And the work would like you. I'm told you, even near Panagan Wafirwa, everything is normal. Take mistakes, only would say. With any mistake, I would have where I am.
mind, they're trying to name captain Tanga domestic issues. So what? Like, go on and grab ndikatotukwa nadzimai kutoziva kuti everything is normal. Zvikazowanda ungatireta unotukwa everything.
So this is flying turbulence weather right now. So actually what happens in turbulence is that the actual aircraft movement is very small, but the human bodies, feel as if yeah, but otherwise the aircraft movement it's not much. Of course it will wake up and down, but the human body tends to exaggerate it.
Saka in a stabilizing function. In a stabilizing.
Yes, it is stabilizing. The tail is actually the stabilizer.
Oh.
Yeah. So when it is disturbed upwards, the stabilizer will push it down. If it goes too much downwards, the stabilizer will push it down.
Okay. So when it in autopilot, when in autopilot is the autopilot computer which will be doing that. It will control the stabilizer. The autopilot computer. Then it will move up, down, so that the aircraft is stable.
And the response is quick.
They actually said you are on your way to the airport.
Yeah,
when you're flying.
All right.
I think the job is well done. I don't know, do you have any more situations you want in 2 minutes?
Is it supposed to be exactly like that? Or you can actually improve the working space? Is the chair improvised or that's how it's supposed to be? That's my first one. Then I'm also just looking at is this a prototype or it's a finished product? And if it's a finished product, is there a way of improving its aesthetics? That's number 2. And then just a quick one to say, I want to believe this is a marketing outing. And my question would be, if one screen is failing on the day of demo, and also one gear is failing, on the day of demo, what confidence do we have that this would work well for us, considering this might actually be working throughout, looking at our enrollment starting in the morning, maybe through the day, and then the next one, I'm almost done. The next one would be the working space, the screens. Is there a way of making a bigger screen, especially where the dashboard, like what we were saying earlier on, to say there are 2 people sitting? Is there room for us to have a 2-seater? Is there room for us to have the full dashboard where there is one screen this side, one screen there, so that the student has a full appreciation of the cockpit? And then, the last one. I'm also looking at just maybe in the context of the working space. But can I chirufi chichogona kuextend chinyasondikava zokuti if it means kuti pamusoro apa panogona kufika apo ndapinda chonzi ndonyasonzwa kuti ndapinda mucockpit. Those are my quick comments. For example, just whether we can still see chakadai button. Ndinambowanika feel like kuti pamusoro apa ndapinda mucockpit. Those are my quick ones.
I don't think I can remember all of them, but I'll try. You can please remind me. The The first one, like, I need to apologize that I was told in time that would be coming. But because of other logistical things that happened, I got here very late. I should have set it up. If this did not fail, it takes time to set it up. I need about 30 to an hour to set up everything and do the service. I didn't have that time. I came late. So I apologize. And I've got no excuse. It's my problem. Okay. But it can be set up. If you want me to do another day where I can set up everything up, then it will be done. The screen did not fail. It needed to be set up. Because there's a lot of setup and calibration that you need to do. I didn't do that. Okay. Then the second question is my manufacturing processes. Right. I'm building this in my garage at home. So I'm using equipment that is at my house. I need to improve my processes. I think last time I was here, I even spoke to some people here that maybe you can actually help me how I can improve my processes. I would need specialized equipment, maybe to cut and so on and so on. I appreciate what I said, that as far as it looks, it's not up to standard. We need to improve. But as you'll appreciate that the moment you do that, the production cost also goes up. Now, I'm selling this at about 3,500, which is the break-even point. Okay. If I was to do what you've just recommended, which is what I want to do, obviously the production cost will go up and up and up. I can set it up for 2 main crew. So what I tried to do was to duplicate exactly the setup in the cockpit. Cockpits are very confined places. They are not, the space is very confined. Okay. So this is exactly what it is. It's not easy to get inside. So I tried to duplicate exactly how the cockpit looks like. For instance, the power levers are exactly there, and the radio was there as well. So it's more or less what you get in an aircraft. Okay. However, if you want a second seat there, I can do that. I can design another one to put a second seat there. But the software which I'm using, the flight simulator software, the one that is generating the images and so forth, is software that I've bought. It's called X-Plane 12. It's software that I've actually bought. You buy that, it's on the market, you buy that software. So what I've done is I've configured that software, integrated it with the controls here to come up with the simulator. But the software is actually quite cheap. The software is very cheap actually. Now there is the software which failed to bring the gear up. But it's okay because it's showing what happens in real life. Gears fail in real life, so you need to be able to handle it. Okay. Right. So the gear failed. So in real simulation, in real aircraft, what do you do if the gear fails? So if we are doing a proper training, simulator training, the gear failed to come up, what are we supposed to do? Go for a checklist, tells you gear that fails to come, try this, try that. I tried something to wake up. It fails, they can land. Yeah, but it was a software. In fact, it's something that I touched. There's a switch or a button that I touched, which gave that command. Yeah. I don't know if I missed another question.
No, I think I answered. Thank you.
Yeah. Good.
For the other students, let's say 2 are in the cockpit, we can actually have extensions going to screens where actually other students can be seeing what is happening. Not all students have to be, in one place looking at the same, but they can be having their own screens. Actually, I saw that this simulator when I visited Chandika Ridge, that those are some of the things which I saw. It was in their laboratory, aerospace laboratory, when I visited last year in October. Chandika University in India.
May I also make a suggestion? The price at which I'm selling this thing is like what somebody said, the price of a laptop, 3.5. Why don't you get 3 or 4 of them at the same price? And you have 1 day, 2 so that students can actually be there. At the price that I'm selling, this is the price of a laptop. If just for interest, in Zimbabwe, apparently I'm the only person who's doing these things. But overseas universities and colleges actually have that. There are companies that make them. There's a company called Simulator UK. You can go there, Simulator UK. They sell them for colleges. The level entry one with 1 screen, it's about £2,000. Yeah. So as I will improve the processes,